Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. Dennis L. Waters. I am the author of the book entitled I Will Restore. I Will Restore works with, deals with, helps an individual who has been physically, sexually abused prior to the age of puberty, and really for any trauma that a person has gone through, it helps that individual, guides that individual through a process by which they're able to realize that there's a part of them that has never been touched by any experience that has been had, and that they're able to live what we call their 4D life, the abundant life. They're able to go forth and live the life that they have desired, the life that they define, the life divinely intended for you, and then the life that's lived on the level of the fourth dimension. We've previously talked about the aspect of the first 4 steps in this matrix as a person goes forth, in this ladder as a person goes forth in order to bring about healing. Actually, we've talked at this point about 8 steps. The last 4 steps that we spoke of were awareness, love, and acceptance, or acceptance. So it's 8 A's as we call it. So there's awareness, there is acceptance, there is assurance, and also adoration. We talked about those previously. Now we're going to talk about the next 4 that are in this process or on this journey. And these are experiences, these are realizations, these are states of mind that an individual goes through so that they move beyond their limiting values, principles, and beliefs. And those things that have held them back because sometimes because of what has occurred in their life, the trauma that they've had, the reasons that they've given themselves for the life that they are living. And therefore, what we're seeking to do, what we're talking about doing, is actually removing those reasons and coming up with better reasons by which you choose to live your life and where you choose to live your life from. So this is a process where you take 100% responsibility for your life. You take 100% responsibility for your life. In the last place, we talked about this aspect of being aware. And we've talked about previously also the aspect of feeling shame. I was born as an individual who had 2 thumbs. I have double thumbs on my right hand. One of the things that I remember in life was that I felt ashamed of the fact that I had double thumbs on my right hand. I was different from everybody else in this physical dimension. And I was ashamed of it. I remember even as a teenager going out with young ladies, I would hide my hand. I would hide my right hand. I would place my left hand over my right hand. I felt ashamed of the fact that I had double thumbs. And then also, I remember that there were friends of mine who stood on each side of me and held my thumbs and sought to pull them apart. Why did they do it? Because they didn't like me? No. They did it because they did like me. They loved me. They cared for me. But they saw that I was different. And they attributed different to being bad, to being strange, to being different. And so as a result of that, I also arrived at the point where I actually thought that being different meant being bad. And this was a long process in my life. You may have something like that has occurred in your life, or that is occurring in your life. And so when we talk about that you're more than adequate, I'm talking from my own experience and speaking to you, whatever it may be that you've gone through in life, don't be ashamed of it. It is your experience in life. And you are more than your experience in life. You're more than that. So we're talking about these following 4 steps, the following 4 steps that a person goes through, the following 4 states of mind, of realizations that an individual goes through, that you go through, or that someone that you know would need to go through. And by the way, before we go forth in that, let me just mention that physical sexual abuse is in the news over and over again. But the statistics are that 1 out of 4 females and 1 out of 6 males experience physical sexual abuse prior to the age of puberty. And so it is a worldwide pandemic. It happens all over the world. It happens to children all over the world. And when an individual has been traumatized in this way, or really any other type of trauma, there is the bringing forth or the living of what we call a marginalized life. And we're living in a time in which you are able to bring about a realization so that you can live your 4D life. The world is calling for you to live your 4D life, to let your light shine. And so that's why I'm talking about this in regard to this set of videos. So the additional steps that we speak of. The first step is, it's really the fifth step. The first step that we're mentioning here in this video is the aspect of association. We've talked about joining or forming a beloved community. It is the same here, association. It is said that birds of a feather flock together. And we're talking about the aspect of the people that you hang around with, the people that you're in community with, have a tremendous effect upon you as an individual. And so you are to be in association with, in community. The Greek word is koinonia, out of which we get commune and communication and community. You're to be in a community, a beloved community, in which you are loved and accepted. You are there to be loved, and you are there to be loved. And so you are in association, and that's the fifth step in this process. And then also the sixth step is that of assignment. It's 8 A's. This is the sixth A, and that is assignment. You are here on purpose. There's a reason why you have come here in this particular time, at this particular day, in this particular earth dimension. There's a reason for your being here. There's a purpose for your life. Again, we recognize out of the traditions that before you're even formed in the womb, there is a purpose for your life. And to embrace that purpose, to realize it, and to embrace that purpose. So it is the aspect of you're here on assignment. You have a reason for being here. The world is better because you are here. We welcome you. We are glad you are here. The seventh step is the aspect of accountability. Accountability. And so you are in a beloved community. You have someone that holds you accountable for living the life. And so it is, of course, come as you are, but it's not stay as you are. You're here to grow, to unfold, to become what you already are in your spirit. You're here to grow, to become, to unfold, to realize the depth of who you are. You are like a flower that is bringing forth its fragrance and its beauty. You are like a caterpillar that is becoming a butterfly. You are going through your processes, your steps, and realizing who you are. And so as a result of that, you have accountability, someone who will hold you to who you are, but will also constantly hold you to the aspect that you are becoming, you're growing. Rather than shrinking away from life, you are growing and becoming better to become more fully who you really are, because that's what the journey is really all about. And then also there is assimilation. That's the eighth step, or the eighth A that we're working with here. The eighth A, it is assimilation. You begin to assimilate the very characteristics, the God characteristics, the spirit characteristics that you have looked at and you have admired, that you've talked about, that you know that you are. You become who you really are. You assimilate. You are the seed or the plant that becomes the rose. You're the apple seed that becomes the apple. You're the caterpillar that becomes the butterfly. You are the music of the spheres that is sung. You're the play that is uniquely you. You assimilate the characteristics. And so those are the 8 steps that we speak of in this realization. They are awareness, acceptance, assurance, adoration, association, assignment, accountability, assimilation.